Hey everybody, welcome back to another Swiss Bricks YouTube video. I thought I would give you guys a little tour around of the Lego collection since everything is kind of there where it will be staying, and yeah, I've also added some new sets since I've moved in here. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so starting off when you walk in, I have the Disney shelf, and on the bottom here have the Disney Castle, and next to it the Beauty and the Beast Castle. Recently did a review on that. Just have all the minifigures kind of on display on the outside of them. Moving up here, have some more Disney sets. This one kind of on par with Halloween coming up. And then we have the Up House here, and then the Disney camera. Really like this set, especially the little scenes here on the film. I think that is a super cool touch on that set. And then we have this, Steamboat Willie. Moving up from that, we have the Snow White cottage. Here we have the guy standing out front here, the witch in the back, and then Sleeping Beauty or Snow White in there. Then we have these. These are just from the different movies. These are kind of hard to display, but yeah, thought I would just put them up here for now. And then we have the Lilo and Stitch set. I think this also looks pretty good. I wish it was a little bit bigger and more detailed, but yeah, the minifigures I think are really nice. I have Mr. Bubbles, and the ukulele here is not a Disney set, but I figured that kind of goes with the Lilo and Stitch theme there, since they're kind of from Hawaii. Moving on over here, we have some of the Batman sets. This is the Joker Manor. Also did a review on that recently, and just some of the smaller Batmobiles down here. And up top here, we have the Batcave. Also a really cool set. And next to that is the Batwing. Also kind of a must-have Batman set. Then moving down here is kind of the Lord of the Rings area with Rivendell. Yeah, just a super nice looking set. Hope they will make some more sets like this in the future. I think this displays really nicely with all the different colors and everything. I think it looks super cool. Moving down, we have Barodur. Yeah, kind of a darker set, obviously, but the eye is super cool, especially if I can do it. The eye also lights up like that, so that's super cool. But yeah, kind of a harder one to really display that nicely, I guess, just because it's mostly all black, but yeah, that's just how it is. Moving over to this side, we have the two Technic cars, the Bugatti Chiron and the Ferrari SP3. I think the SP3 Ferrari looks quite a bit better just from the form than the Bugatti, but yeah, it's kind of just personal taste. Then moving down, we have the Back to the Future DeLorean. I put it up on these transparent pieces here just because I kind of like this hovering look with the wheels. So I thought that, yeah, looked pretty cool. Next to that, we have the Edgo one from the Ghostbusters. Also pretty neat set. I think they used the parts really nicely, how they kind of used these pieces here These are like these little, almost like these little car pieces for the grill on the front. So yeah, I think that looks really cool. And here we just have the Too Fast, Too Furious Supra. And next to that we have the McLaren Senna GTR. It's kind of the smaller Technic pieces. Down here we have the bigger Batmobiles. First off, the Tumbler, then the 1989 Batmobile, and then the 1966 Batmobile. Super cool. Yeah, really like all these. I think they are a nice size too, so they're not too small. So yeah, you can really see how they can actually utilize all the different parts. I think that view just looks super cool, especially everything made out of Lego. It's always kind of a challenge to get the shapes and proportions right, but I think they did a great job on those. And down here we have some of the Speed Champions. I still have a ton of them to build. These are just the BMW ones. Then we have the Mercedes, then the McLaren, and the other one behind it next to the Ferrari, and then Dom Toretto and Paul Walker here, and then the Lamborghini Countach next to it. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'll have any problem filling up this shelf. It might even take 2 when I'm actually done building all the ones that I have. Moving on to the top here, we have the Hogwarts Express. Yeah, one of the best builds I've probably ever done, I have to say. Was really cool. It is now retired, so yeah, see the prices exploding on those. Moving down here, we have the Jurassic Park sets. So here's the diorama of when the T-Rex broke out. Next to that, we have the 2 fossil sets here of the T-Rex skull and the Triceratops. And up here, we have the T-Rex skeleton. The heads are pretty much identical, so yeah, that's why I have that one kind of in the back there. And here I just have all the minifigures from Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. And here we have the Jurassic Park gate with the T-Rex and the plaque and the minifigures that go along with that set. Moving down here, we have the Harry Potter section. So we have the spider here, the Patronus deer here, then obviously Hedwig here. This is also a pretty fun build to do, just with the wand and the golden sitch and these kind of potions that go along with it. And then we just have some of the minifigures down here. I also have these kind of smaller sets, just because I thought those were kind of cool. They obviously go along with the Hogwarts castle. This was also probably one of my favorite builds, since I am a kind of a pretty big Harry Potter fan. This, can't really beat that for a set if you're a Harry Potter fan. And right in front of it, we have the Hungarian Horntail, which is chasing Harry on his wand. And then we have Ron and Harry Potter here with the car. Also have that on some translucent pieces, since the car is kind of known for flying. And moving down here, just have kind of some miscellaneous sets that don't really have any other sets to go along with them. This is Welcome to Apocalypseburg. And here we have the Dungeons and Dragons set. So just have these 2 together for now. Maybe that'll change once, if Lego ever releases anything else. That's kind of one of those themes. then I think we'll move on to this center area here. This is kind of my Lego city, so I have the normal modular buildings here. And also one on the side here. And then the downtown area. I have the Ghostbusters firehouse here next to the Avengers Tower, obviously. And then moving on over this side. Yeah, the Sanctum Sanctorum and the Daily Bugle over here. I think those kind of fit nicely together, kind of breaking up the two skyscraper sets. And then just here we have the botanical garden. Still kind of figuring out where to put this, where it fits best, but that's still kind of a work in progress. And on this side here we have the Twilight House. Thought that looks pretty cool, just a modern type of architecture, so really like that. And then moving on to this side of the downtown area, we have the Arkham Asylum. I'm not sure if it really fits that well here, but I kind of like it because it's in like the shadow of the two bigger buildings. So it gives it kind of like a hidden, forgotten feeling, which I guess for an asylum is kind of gives me that feeling. And moving on to this side here, we have all the Star Wars helmets and buildable characters. Again, still not all of them that I have. I still need to build quite a few. So we have Chewbacca, R2-D2, C-3PO, Yoda, and Darth Maul. That was a super pain in the butt to build because it's kind of the old school building from top to bottom, and you kind of have a bird's eye view on the whole build. So yeah, not really like anything that you're gonna find today. So yeah, that's kind of a good thing because that was a pain to build. Because if you mess up once or you forget where you were, then you kind of have to really go back and see what you missed. And as you can see, everything has to be symmetrical for it to look good. So yeah, here we have all the, or most of the Star Wars helmets. And on the top here, we have the Droideka, the Star Wars logo, which was really cool, I think. And yeah, the child from The Mandalorian. And moving down here, we have the Ewok village next to Jabba's sail barge. And the Sarlacc pit here. Just think that, looks pretty nice together. The Ewok village, obviously, probably one of my favorite sets. And moving down, we have the Razor Crest with the minifigures that come with it here. And that is next to the Mos Eisley Cantina with a ton of minifigures in it, just as I think it should be. And often is in the movies, always pretty full of people. And moving down, we have the AT-ST next to the huge AT-AT. You can see Luke hanging from the rope there next to the Snowspeeder. So yeah, I think those look pretty cool together. Just shows the size of the AT-AT, how big it is. And the Snowspeeder, I think, just kind of fits like that. Kind of the Hoth battle taking place. And moving over here, we have the newly built Death Star. So big I can barely even get it in the shot. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Still kind of a new centerpiece to the Star Wars collection. We have the 2 minifigures in the plaque down here. And yeah, say what you want about it, I think the details are pretty cool. The Imperial Shuttle, I think, is a super nice build, along with just, yeah, how everything looks here. It really looks like a place you can just pull in and land with the story background there and the TIE Fighter hanging up here. And all the kind of little stories that you can make with the minifigures. I think that's super cool. Obviously the Emperor's throne room up here. You have like the little meeting center here. You have Darth Vader's chamber there. And yeah, just a bunch more little scenes from the movies, like the trash compactor. And above that we have the Super Star Destroyer, which is also huge and cannot get it all in one shot. With all the minifigures that come with it. Yeah, just a cool classic build that I've recently done. Then moving below the Death Star, we have the gunship. Just have this full of yeah, different clone troopers on the backside there too. Then we have the speeder here, and Darth Vader's headquarters back there. Just fits perfectly from the height, so yeah, I figured I would put that back there. And down here we have the Millennium Falcon, also one of the best builds I've ever done, probably, just because I am a pretty big Star Wars fan. And yeah, how are you gonna beat the Millennium Falcon, especially in this scale? And here we have all the minifigures that come with it. I really like how it's the kind of the old school minifigures and the ones from the newer movies. Thought that was pretty cool. Obviously they do overlap in the newer movies. So yeah, that I have down here still. Again, I might be getting an acrylic stand for it, just so it's kind of yeah, standing sideways, but still need to think about that. Moving over here, we have the TIE Fighter UCS version and the Imperial Shuttle, also the UCS version. Yeah, probably 2 of my favorite Star Wars sets. I probably will say that quite a bit in this video on the Star Wars sets. But yeah, this is, I think this looks really cool with them next to each other. Above them, we have the X-Wing, the Y-Wing, and the other Imperial fighter. And moving down below those, we have Jango Fett's starship here, next to the original Slave 1. Again, also really nice looking. I really like these accessories that you could get with it. You can see it kind of, yeah, moves there, the holographic. And you have this keychain here of it also. So yeah, those are super cool. Moving down, we just have some of the mini starships and some of the dioramas that I'm still kind of, yeah, picking where to place them. Also have some more on the table here. Still need to find a better area for these. And yeah, well, we're on the table here. We have the Ninjago sets. So these are just the 2 bigger Ninjago sets combined. I think it gives it a really cool look to it. Like, yeah, cyberpunk or Japanese downtownish kind of area. I really like these Ninjago builds. They have some super cool detail in them. And I really like these, how they have the water on the base plates. So yeah, makes it look even more special. And this one here, obviously with the little tram that can go up and down, super cool detail. And moving on, we have the kind of Harry Potter Diagon Alley with the Gringotts Bank. This was also a super cool build, especially since if we move down here, under it we have the vaults. You can see Harry on the little cart here. And yeah, Gringotts Bank is actually made to sit on top of this platform, but I figured to put it down here since that's kind of, yeah, the underneath of Gringotts Bank with all the vaults. Here you can just kind of see the inside of it and all the backs of Diagon Alley. And yeah, I also have the newer sets here, the Hogsmeade village that I'll be putting on this side. Then if we move around here, we have the Batman, supposed to be wall art, but I have nowhere to hang it, so I thought that would be a pretty nice place for it. And then going along this side, we have the new acrylic stands for all the brickheads. Again, still need to find something to kind of put behind here so I can have, yeah, all of them like this. So I'll have two stands in each shelf. I think that'll be pretty cool. Right now I just have all the brickheads mocked up on the stands how I would have it. And still have a lot more brickheads to build, so yeah, still getting around to making those. And here I have the Marvel section. I have the Hulkbuster, Captain America shield back there, the Panther, the Spider-Man wall art, and Thor's hammer also back there. And then yeah, just these three gloves here, and the Marvel logo, and some of the helmets. And then we have Groot and Rocket back here. So yeah, I'll be making another shelf down here just so I can put more of the Marvel sets there. Because like this, it is kind of a lot on one shelf. And up here we have just the smaller Spider-Man sets, the Sandman. Then we have the Avengers ships here, two of them. Another kind of diorama style set there. And these are the newest Spider-Man minifigures. Finally got all of those. Kind of doubled them up if there's kind of a combination that you could do of them. So I think those look pretty cool there. Moving on to this side, we have the Lighthouse, which is super cool that it actually lights up. I really like that feature. Next to the Black Pearl. This is also a super cool set. I think one of my favorites of this year that came out. You can just see the scale of it. It's pretty big, but yeah, for the price I think it kind of should be. And here we have the minifigures that came with it. I also made a review on this. You can hear my thoughts on that parrot also, because yeah, that doesn't look very good. But I think the set itself looks super cool. And there's actually knobs you can turn that fire the cannon, so all these flaps here open up and the cannons come out of it, so that's super cool. And moving below that, we have the kind of Mario or Nintendo shelf. The new Game Boy that came out October 1st. Super cool set. I think it looks really nice. With Mario on his cart back here. Also a super cool set, I think. And just the plant back here. I think that, yeah, just kind of has to be with these sets. Moving down here, we have the launch pad with the rocket on it. This is actually not a bad build. It was a bit repetitive, but I think the outcome is, yeah, looks cool, especially if you're into space. Here we have the Space Shuttle Discovery next to the Hubble telescope. Just, yeah, if you're into space, I think those are kind of two sets to have. Then we have the Home Alone house. This, yeah, super cool. Also kind of getting into the Christmas theme. Just a really cool classic set, I think. Next to the A-frame cabin. I also picked this up when I was retiring. Just a nice simple build, but I think it looks really cool. Especially with all the details of it, all the, yeah, the wood stack here, and you can open everything up. I think it just looks super cool. And here we have the telephone box from, yeah, London, I guess. Also just a cool looking set, pretty aesthetically pleasing. Next to the Land Rover Defender, which is, yeah, I think this looks really nice. I like the color that they picked for it. And you can have all the different accessories on the top roof rack here, and you have the pickaxe and the shovel on the hood. And just, yeah, the winch in the front here. Just like a really suitable car for exploring. Next to that we have the Camaro Z28. Obviously you can change the colors of the stripes here, but I think red and white, black and white, sorry, looks really cool with the red interior. And you have the dice hanging from the mirror there. And here you have the Porsche. I made it the Targa version, but you can also make it the turbo version in the same set, just with different parts. And next to that we have the Lamborghini Countach. I think this looks really cool. Again, I like how they could use the pieces to actually make the form like the real car. And obviously, being a Lamborghini, you can open the doors like that. But yeah, sometimes they don't like to stay unless you open them all the way like that. So yeah, thought that was a pretty cool feature. Obviously, being a Lamborghini, it should have those doors. And moving up from there, we have some more of the space sets. The whole Rocketeer on its side with the spaceman there. And yeah, here we just have the kind of solar set back there. I have it back there just because it doesn't really make that nice of a set to display or anything. And moving on here, we have the Concorde, which is also a huge set. I think it looks pretty nice up here, just because you kind of, yeah, get a scale for this kind of set, because it's also a really big set to really be able to display somewhere. And last but not least, we have, this is kind of my review table that I got here, and under that we have some of the architecture sets. So the Notre Dame, the castle from Japan with the Japan card here, and then we have the pyramids of Giza, along with the Tranquil Garden and the Chinese dragon. So yeah, kind of have those down here just because I think they fit nice in these best shelving units. Kind of, yeah, good amount of space and enough space to add something else if I have to. So yeah, that's kind of a tour of all my sets that I have and where they are in my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what you guys think of yeah, my collection. And obviously it's always growing, and yeah, I'm always going to be placing new sets in here. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.